smart wholesale marketplace. We're talking about the e-commerce market. So today there are 24 million e-commerce sellers. In a minute, we'll understand who are those sellers. They are accountable for 20% of the total retail market, meaning that 1 of every 5 sales happens online. Retail sales happens online, which translates to $6 trillion. And it's a rapidly growing one since COVID-19. So the market has tripled itself and it's growing rapidly. And by a research conducted by Forbes and NASDAQ, the 20% share is projected to be 95% in 2040. And when we talk about those e-commerce sellers, we talk about 2 specific types. The first type are called brands, which they are the creators, right? They take their, let's call it their values, their passion, and they craft a physical product out of it. Now you see the top brands I put here, but there are millions other smaller to medium brands that do the same thing and want to achieve and sell more. And there are 4 million resellers that you might know them as distributors or wholesalers, which they are constantly looking for best-selling products that created by others to resell to the target audiences. And they're on the constant lookout for products. Now, the problem for brands is that 70% of online brands go bankrupt in their first year of operations.
Quick question.
And it is the main reason is that the constant competition and their inability to compete, to enter new marketplace and sell more, makes them unprofitable. And in the end of the first year, usually most of them go bankrupt.
Just a quick question, Alan. Do you want to, and I hate to ask this, do you want to start all over and we'll record it so we can stream it to our YouTube channel? Do you want to do that?
Sure.
Is that okay?
Yeah, sure, no problem. To you, what do you do on the YouTube channel?
That's for all the startups that attend it's for all the startups that we work with that attend our summit or that we work with at some point or another. So when we work with investors, they can see what's available to them or the relationships that we have.
That's cool. Great. So tell me when you're recording.
Okay. Let's see.
Great.
So let me click the button real quick. 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now it's recording.
Great. So I'll say again, I'm Alon Schreier. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Bazarr.ai, and we are creating the smart wholesale marketplace. So we're talking about the e-commerce market. Today, there are 24 million e-commerce sellers. In a minute, we'll understand who are those players. They're accountable for 20% of the total retail market sales, which means that 1 of 5 sales happens online, and it translates into $6 trillion. And it's a rapidly growing one. After COVID-19, the market has tripled itself. And in a research conducted by Forbes and NASDAQ, this 20% share is projected to be 95% of total retail sales in 2040. And we are talking about 2 specific types. There are 20 million brands, which they are the creators of the products, right? They take a value or passions that they craft a physical product out of it. We see those top brands here, but there are millions of other smaller and medium brands that do the same thing and want to achieve success in this way, in this business. And there are 4 million resellers, which they're defined as distributors or wholesalers that are constantly looking for other creators, best-selling products to resell to the target audiences. Now, the problem for brands is 70% of online brands go bankrupt in their first year of operations, with the main reason being that they're unable to compete. Now, besides being a very fierce competition and like a very low barrier to entry, they have problem because they can't seem to enter enough markets and sell enough to sustain their business. And on the other hand, those wholesalers, those commerce experts that are looking to expand those brands to other markets, the process for them to find product to resell is risky and time consuming. Today, it's a manual process that takes 3 months with 30% failure rate on average. And when I say failure rate, it means that in the end of the day, they need to find the brand, contact them, establish the connection and agree on the terms. And then they have to do their own research, right? They have to do their own assessment of how their products are going to resell on the other market. And sometimes they get stuck with the inventory, which translates to 30% failure rate. And what we create is a smart wholesale marketplace that matches brand products with resellers. We'll make brands double their annual revenue by getting discovered in selling large quantities without advertising, meaning we change the format for them from selling B2C to B2B. For resellers, we'll 10x their team power and reducing months of manual work into a few minutes. And we reduce excess inventory, which is the inventory they couldn't convert, and you pay extra storage, handling, and insurance and discount fees on them. And the way we'll do it is we have created an AI wholesale engine. We call it the market maker because we believe it creates a new market for the small and medium brands. So our engine will analyze the brand's products metadata directly from their online store and match it to a suitable reseller that we know his profile and facilitate the deal. And before I finish with my other 2 minutes, I would like to know if you're following up and you have any questions so far.
No questions so far. I like the name.
Great, thank you very much. And I'll continue and then we'll open the Q&A. So our business model is a commission-based one. We're going to charge 10% average transaction fee, 5% from each side, and we will have a possible range with our algorithm, 5% on high volume or low margin transaction, so we can pass it through. Or we have a high end of 30% transaction fees on end of season or slow selling products that those brands need to liquidate in order to get some cash flow. In terms of traction, so we have a strategic partnership with Wix. It's a 24 million ARR potential integration, a direct purchasing solution to 700,000 online Wix stores. Now, we got this partnership because I have a personal connection with Nir Zohar, he's the president of Wix. And they open their APIs, but we're not obligated only to Wix. And I'll talk about it further in our go-to-market strategy. Actually, this point and another one, we've created a deep AI model as mentioned, and we released our MVP. So right now it's out already. Actually, there is exciting and bad news altogether. We released it yesterday. We received one customer who opened a 50,000. He wanted to buy 50,000 worth of our products through our marketplace. And we ran into a little operational problem. So it's now on hold, but it's exciting and we'll now keep raising our traction. So in terms of go-to-market strategy, as I said, we have the direct access to the Wix stores, and we are going to continue and onboard online store creation platforms such as Shopify, WooCommerce, and there are 20 others. And in terms of resellers, so due to our time in the industry, we have direct access to the key mentors and influencers that usually that's how you onboard people into the realm of e-commerce. So out of them, we aim to capture 700 on our first year through affiliation with those mentors. In terms of competitive landscape, so I talk now in the eyes of the reseller, which are our buyers. So they need to constantly identify high converting products to outpace the market. So they're looking for a quick and accurate product matching solution. Now, existing solutions operate as directories or, there are marketplaces, but you still need to do the manual work. And what we are bringing into the market is this automated and data-driven matching. It's like a new concept that we're trying to implement that will give those resellers the edge they need. So our team, we are former colleagues and best friends working together for over 10 years. In the past 3 years, as I mentioned, we have launched 7 e-commerce products with $250,000 annual revenue and personally connected to top industry leaders. We can mention their names later. And our advisory team, so the main one of them is Ronen Moretsky, is the VP Payments of Monday, and he's an amazing guy. And also Michal and Chagit, amazing girls, and they help us to grow our business. So we're raising a 400,000 pre-seed round We already have 75,000 secured by amazing angels on a 9 million save for 20% discount. And the funds will be used to launch the full version on the end of April, go for a seed round at the end of the year, and finish also the year with 700,000 ARR. I'm sorry for the timestamps, but it's go for the end of the year seed round, start 2025 with 700,000 ARR, and finish 2026, our second year of operation, with 2 million ARR and go for the round A. So thank you very much, Charles. I hope you will join and help millions of e-commerce sellers thrive and keep on delivering us with great products. Thank you very much, and let's do Q&A.
Yeah, absolutely. So I just wanted to stop the recording after that. So that was good. How much does it cost you to get a customer? If you're on 700,000 different